Hello everyone. I have been discussing the chapter haloalkanes and haloarenes. Last video we have completed introduction part of nucleophilic substitution reaction. In that video we have discussed in detail what are substrates, what are leaving groups, and finally we have discussed about the solvents also. And today we are going to discuss very important reactions. They are SN1 and SN2 reactions, nucleophilic substitution reactions. Very important these are. So let's start SN1 reaction. Essentially, what are substitution reactions? The reaction in which one atom or group of atom displaced by another atom or group of atoms are called substitution reactions. What about nucleophilic substitution reactions? The reaction in which one nucleophile is substituted by another nucleophile. Weaker nucleophiles are substituted by stronger nucleophile, or the stronger nucleophile displaces a weaker nucleophiles are called nucleophilic substitution reactions. Clear? Now SN1 reactions. What are SN1? SN stands for substitution nucleophilic. Substitution nucleophilic. One stands for unimolecular. SN stands for substitution nucleophilic and one stands for unimolecular. Let's take an example for this reaction. Hydrolysis of alkyl halides. Hydrolysis of alkyl halides. Now tertiary butyl bromide. Tertiary butyl bromide is boiled with aqueous potassium hydroxide. Boiled with aqueous potassium hydroxide to form tertiary butyl alcohol plus KBr will form. Okay. In this reaction, the Br minus gets substituted by OH minus hydroxyl ion. Br minus is substituted by OH minus ion. Br minus is a weaker nucleophile. Weaker nucleophile substituted by stronger nucleophile. OH minus is substituted the Br minus ion. So it is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. In this reaction, the nucleophile OH minus cannot attack a side opposite to the halogen, because the halogen containing carbon, this is a halogen containing carbon, this carbon containing halogen, halogen containing carbon having bulky groups. What are bulky groups? So methyl groups, 1, 2, 3, 3 methyl groups are there, CH3, CH3, CH3. Okay, this bulkiness of the carbon, the nucleophile unable to approach the carbon atom containing halogen, because alkyl groups are act as electron donating groups and OH minus also electron donating. Both are repels each other. Due to the repulsion force between the nucleophile and the alkyl groups, the nucleophile unable to approach the carbon atom a side opposite to the halogen. Okay, opposite to the halogen, bulkiness is there. Due to the bulkiness, the nucleophile unable to approach the carbon atom. This phenomenon is called steric hindrance. Steric hindrance. Due to the steric hindrance, nucleophile unable to approach the carbon atom a side opposite to the halogen. Therefore, the reaction carried out in two steps. Okay, the nucleophile unable to approach the carbon atom a side opposite to the halogen. That's why the reaction mechanism involves two steps. Mechanism of SN1. Step 1. In first step, formation of carbocation. What is first step? Formation of carbocation. Tertiary butyl bromide slowly ionizes to form tertiary carbocation. Tertiary butyl bromide slowly ionizes to form tertiary butyl bromide plus Br minus. Here Br minus kick out from the substrate. In this reaction, bond breaking takes place. Okay, the existing bonds are going to break. Okay, the existing bonds are breaking is required energy. So it is slowest step. Breaking of bonds is slowest step. So slowest step always RDS, rate determining step for the reaction. Okay, in the step 1, the bond breaking takes place between the carbon and halogen, so it is the slowest step of the reaction mechanism is a rate determining step for that mechanism, that reaction. So SN1 rate depend on the first step, formation of carbocation. Clear? Now the rate of this reaction depend on the concentration of tertiary butyl bromide only. There is no involvement of nucleophile. There is no involvement of nucleophile. So it has a 1 here. Order of this reaction, order of SN1 is a 1, because only alkyl halides are involved in the RDS. Okay. In RDS only single molecule involved. That's why it is called unimolecular reaction. What is it? Unimolecular reaction. So molecularity of RDS is a 1. Molecularity of RDS are unimolecular reaction. What is it? SN1 is a unimolecular reaction. Next, in the second step, the nucleophile OH minus which is obtained from the potassium hydroxide, dissociation of potassium hydroxide produces OH minus ion. The OH minus nucleophile attacking on the carbocation to form alcohols. Step 2, attacking of nucleophile on carbocation. Attacking of nucleophile on carbocation to form final product. So this is a tertiary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation attacked by nucleophile. Or tertiary carbocation is a 3-degree carbocation. Carbocation undergoes sp2 hybridization, so it has a planar structure. Now the nucleophile attacking either side of the plane of the carbocation, either above or below. The nucleophile attacking either side of the carbocation to form final product. That is our tertiary butyl alcohol. Okay, these are the 2 steps involved in SN1 mechanism. Now characteristics of SN1 reaction. Among these 2 steps, step 1 is slowest. Among these 2 steps, step 1 is slowest. Hence, it is RDS, the rate determining step. Okay. Step 1 is the slowest step. Hence, it is a RDS for the reaction, SN1 reaction. In this reaction, only single molecule involves. In step 1, only alkyl halides involves. Therefore, it is unimolecular reaction. Unimolecular reaction. In RDS, in rate determining step, only alkyl halides are involved. So it is a unimolecular reaction. In the step 1, the existing bond between carbon and halogen undergoes cleavage. Okay, bond breaking takes place in the step 1. Means it requires some amount of energy. The required energy obtained from the solvation of halide ions in solvents. When halide ions or solvation takes place in solvent, the interaction takes place between the halide ion and the solvent. Due to the electrostatic force of attraction, large amount of energy liberated from the solvation of halide ion. The amount of energy, the large amount of energy which is liberated is utilized to break bond between carbon and halogen. Clear? For example, halide ion is there. When this halide ion interact with the solvent, any one of the solvent, interaction takes place. This electrostatic force of attraction means new bond formation takes place between the halide ion and the solvent. When new bond formation takes place, a large amount of energy liberated. The liberated energy is utilized to break the bond between carbon and halogen. Clear? Means which solvents are favorable here? Which solvents salvation takes place in halide ion? Halide ion salvation takes place in the polar protein solvents. Which solvents are favorable? Polar protein solvents. Polar protein solvent only halide ion, the negatively charged, means anions are salvation takes place. When salvation takes place, they liberate large amount of energy. The energy is utilized to break the bond between carbon and halogen. So the polar protein solvents are polar protic solvent PPS are favorable to SN1 reaction. Okay, in SN1 reaction polar protic solvents are used. Clear? Now in the step 1, first step, formation of carbocation takes place. Since the formation of carbocation in RDS, it determines the rate of SN1 reaction. Since the formation of carbocation in RDS, it means carbocation determines the rate of SN1 mechanism. Okay, SN1 mechanism is a rate of SN1 mechanism determined by the stability of carbocation. Okay, stability of carbocation is directly proportional to the SN1 reaction, because in RDS carbocation is formed. Now the rate of SN1 is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation increases means rate of SN1 also increases. As the stability of carbocation increases, rate of SN1 also increases. Now the order of stability of carbocations is: tertiary carbocation is greater than, secondary carbocation is greater than, primary carbocation is greater than methyl group. This is the order of stability of carbocation. Stability order of carbocation. This is the stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation is directly proportional to the SN1 reaction. Therefore, the order of rate of SN1 is: tertiary alkyl halides greater than, secondary alkyl halides greater than, primary alkyl halides greater than methyl halides. Okay, this is the order of rate of SN1 reaction. Clear? Now energy diagram of SN1 reaction. Energy diagram of SN1 reaction. As we know that in SN1 reaction, two steps are there. Step 1 is the formation of carbocation. Second step is the attacking of nucleophile and carbocation. So step 1 is the slowest step, it is RDS, and the second step is the fastest step. Clear? And there we will get a desired product. I will take an example. Tertiary butyl iodide is react with or boiled with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide to form tertiary butyl alcohol plus NaI will form. Okay, this is the reaction of tertiary butyl iodide with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide. In SN1 reaction, two steps are there. What is step 1? In step 1, the bond between carbon and iodine cleavage takes place, so it is the slowest step, bond breaking. So it is RDS. In this step, iodide ion is kicked out. Iodide ion is kicked out. We will get here carbocation. Which carbocation? 3-degree carbocation. In the next step, OH minus nucleophile, which is obtained from the dissociation of sodium hydroxide, is attacking on carbocation either side of the plane of the carbocation. So it is the fastest step. We will get final product, tertiary butyl alcohol. Now this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Y-axis going to measure the energy, and this is the reaction coordinate. X-axis is going to measure the reaction coordinate. For example, the reactants means which is reactant here? tertiary butyl iodide. This is a reactant present at this energy level. Clear? When it absorbs energy or obtain energy from the solvation of halide ion, the bond between carbon and halide iodide ion cleavage takes place gradually. It reaches at peak of the curve. At this point, the bond between carbon and iodine is partially bonded. Now, electron density of the halide ion, iodide ion is the highest, and partial positive charge at carbon also highest. The electrons are more moving towards the iodide ion. This stage is called transition state. TS1, transition state 1. A transition state, the bond between carbon and iodine is partially bonded. Partially bonded. Electron density of iodine is more, and electron positivity of carbon also more. Okay. And the required energy to reach the transition state is called activation energy. This is a EA1, activation energy 1. At this moment, the alkyl iodide is highly unstable, and it is converted as a intermediate, as a tertiary carbocation here. Tertiary carbocation. Clear? After getting some amount of energy, the bond between carbon and iodine cleavage takes place to form carbocation as intermediate, and this carbocation also highly unstable, and it reacts with the nucleophile. At this peak of the curve, the bond between nucleophile and carbon also partially bonded. This is also TS2, transition state 2. At transition state 2, the bond between the carbon and nucleophile is partially bonded. And this energy is called EA2, second activation energy. Whatever this curve, peak of the curve, second transition state. What about this? This is an intermediate. Carbocation is a intermediate. At this point, the molecule is highly unstable, and it is coming back to less energy level. To liberate some amount of energy, you will get final product. The bond between carbon and nucleophile is formed. New bond is formed. So final product will get your product. This is a product. Okay. Now the energy gap between reactant and product. This is the energy of the reactant. This energy of the product. Energy of the reactant and energy of the product. Now delta H, change in enthalpy, equals to energy of the product means energy of the reactant. Energy of the product is lesser than energy of the reactant. Clear? Understand? Now you will get here negative value, means delta H is equal to negative. Delta H is equal to negative means the reaction is exothermic. Reaction means low temperatures are favorable. Low temperature is favorable to SN1 reaction. Okay, low temperature is favorable to SN1 reaction. Clear? Now energy of the molecule is inversely proportional to the stability. Energy of the molecule is inversely proportional to the stability. Energy of the molecule is increased at peak of the curve, highest energy is there, so stability is less. Highly unstable molecule converted to intermediate. It is also unstable, it is reacting with the nucleophile, and it reaches at peak of the curve. It is also second transition state. The bond between carbon and nucleophile is partially bonded, and finally the bond formation takes size of bond strength increase. It liberates some amount of energy and coming back to the final product. At this stage, final product will get. So energy gap between these two is liberated outside. So it is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means low temperatures are favorable to SN1 reaction. Finally, in SN1 reaction, how many transition states are there? 2. TS1 and TS2, transition state 1, transition state 2. How many intermediates are there? 1 intermediate. Okay, this is about the energy diagram of SN1 reaction. Let's discuss some examples. The rate of SN1 is depend on stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation increases means rate of SN1 also increases. Already we know that. Rate of SN1 is directly proportional to stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. But in allylic and benzylic halides, even though they are primary alkyl halides, they preferentially followed by the SN1 mechanism. Allylic and benzylic halides are primary alkyl halides, but they are preferentially followed by the SN1 mechanism, because after cleavage the bond between carbon and halogen, primary carbocation formed. The primary carbocation is resonance stabilized. Initially, allylic chloride, after cleavage this bond, primary carbocation will form. Primary carbocation. This primary carbocation undergoes resonance structures. In resonance structure, the charge present on the carbon is distributed. Means charge distribution takes place. Charge distribution is directly proportional to stability. Directly proportional to stability of carbocation. Now the stability of carbocation increases. Even though it is a primary carbocation, it undergoes resonance stabilization. Means stability of carbocation increases. So it is preferentially followed by the SN1 mechanism. Similarly, benzylic chloride, after cleavage the carbon halogen bond, we will get a benzyl carbocation of the positive charge present on the primary carbon. This primary carbocation, even though it is primary carbocation, it is the substitution reaction, nucleophilic substitution reactions preferentially followed by SN1 mechanism, because it undergoes resonating structure. Okay, the pi bond shifted toward the CH2 group. We will get the structure double bond CH2, positive charge, pi bond. The next step, this pi bond shifted here, CH2, pi bond and positive charge. Similarly, the next step, this pi bond shifted here, CH2, pi bond, positive charge. Next step, this pi bond shifted here, we will get this product CH2 plus. Okay, in this resonating structures, the positive charge present on the carbon is distributed among the carbon atoms. Okay, charge distribution takes place. Charge distribution is directly proportional to the stability. So stability of this carbocation, benzyl carbocation increases. Clear? So it is preferentially followed by SN1 reaction. Even though benzylic and allylic chlorides are primary alkyl halides, they preferentially followed by the SN1 mechanism. SN1 mechanism, because the primary carbocation is resonance stabilized. Clear? Next one, presence of phenyl groups increase on the carbocation, stability of the carbocations increase. Presence of phenyl groups on carbocation increases stability of carbocation. Means stability of carbocation increases automatically. They preferentially followed by the SN1 mechanism. For example, this is a benzyl carbocation. Only one phenyl group is there, and instead of hydrogen, another phenyl group, CH positive and phenyl. Two phenyl groups are there. Two phenyl groups stabilize the carbocation. Stabilize the carbocation. The positive present on this carbocation resonance stabilized by these phenyl groups. So stability increases this compound more, so it is a more favor to SN1 mechanism. So this is lesser than this SN1 reaction, SN1 order or stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. Presence of phenyl groups increase the stability of carbocation. Increase the stability of carbocation by resonating structures. By resonating structures. Next, presence of alkyl groups. Presence of alkyl groups increase the carbocation stability by inductive effect plus I effect. Which is more strong? Resonance is more stronger than inductive effect. Clear? For example, benzyl carbocation, two phenyl groups are there, B and third one this is a C. Now arrange the increasing order of SN1 reaction. Now stability of carbocation, this is also resonance stabilizer. Here two phenyl groups are there, so stability of this carbocation increases more, whereas here two phenyl groups are there, both are resonance stabilizer, and methyl group is there, methyl group also stabilizer. So C is more stable than B, B is more stable than A. Clear? So C is greater than, B is greater than A. This is the order of SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction means the SN1 reaction is depend on stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. Here, stability of carbocation increases, SN1 rate also increases. Understand all of you?